What up, Red? Coach A is down and out, so we're going to move it till tomorrow. But I figured I'd jump on for a little bit tonight, and then we're going to go live big time tomorrow, where we got some good topics to go over and everything. So, yeah, we're going to do both. You know what? Let me post a link in the chat. See if anybody wants to get in and have a conversation today. Post a link in the chat. You can come in if you want to, Red. Anybody want to jump in? Come on in, man. I'll let you in. Let's have some fun today. Since Coach A can't make it, you know. Ooh, there is something I want to address though, and then tomorrow we'll get into the thick of everything. And then I'm also post tomorrow about our movie trivia night next Saturday. So I'll post to make sure everybody knows what time and stuff. People are nuts. So I got a message from a guy who says because I haven't been bowling good, that makes me not a good coach. But that's funny though, because I've taken bowlers from the bottom to the top, and one has nothing to do with the other. That's like bowlers, for example. The links in the chat, guys. You take a guy at your local bowling alley who averages a 220, and if you ask him to teach you the game of bowling, how much of the game do you think he really understands? Like, for example, I've had guys at my local bowling center who average a 220 for 20 years. And those same guys thought that spraying their ball and taking a towel and wiping it off was taking the surface back to out of box. So if they're throwing a solid and it came at 1,000 out of box, they thought that spraying it with ball cleaner and wiping it off would take it back there. They had no idea that lane shine. They would just get angry and be like, this ball sucks, and they'd give it away or do whatever they would do with it, or wouldn't use it anymore and buy a new ball. But the reality is that basic knowledge, that basic information is out there. And just because somebody is a quality bowler doesn't mean that they even truly understand the game. There's aspects of the game that some understand, some not. Now, some 220 average bowlers are very, very knowledgeable. There are some 150 average bowlers that are super duper knowledgeable. There's one thing knowing the information, there's another thing to be able to execute it. Now, Red, you can hear me, right? I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Or I should put the mic in. If you can't hear me, if it's a little jaded or something. Can you guys hear me? Can I get an answer? Okay. I'm glad you can hear me, but I'm still going to put the mic in anyway. So, okay. What up, CC? So, all right. Can you still hear me now? Make sure I don't need to change. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right, so I changed the audio setting. Okay. All right, now we're rolling. Okay, so knowledge. The two things, being a great bowler and coaching, the two things don't have to go together. Just because a guy's great. Okay, let's do this. Let's back up. I want you to look at the PBA for the last 20 years. Best bowlers in the world, hands down, we all agree. How many of those the past 20 years are coaches? How many of them are considered the best coaches in the world? See where I'm going with this? So, you leaving, CC?
Huh?
You going somewhere?
Yeah.
Where you going?
My mom's going to
Okay. What's left of it? I'm. What's left of what? I'm confused. C. Harris, what do you mean? Anyway, um, so the two doesn't always go together. What's left? You saying what's left of Friday night? There's a lot of Friday night left. I mean, it's only 6 o'clock Central Time. I mean, there's a lot of time left. I mean, I'd imagine it is. Okay, Larry, that's a good point. A lot of them are still bowling for a living. Okay, so what about all the ones who are no longer on the tour? How come all of them aren't the best coaches in the world? Now, some bowlers, like the O'Keefes, are legendary for coaching, but not all of them become coaches. Being a coach is more than just knowledge, it's your ability to give the information to someone so they can understand it and execute it. So, what I'm trying to say is being a quality bowler has nothing to do with how you bowl. Being a quality coach has nothing to do with how you bowl. But here's what I do. I'll challenge anybody. Look at me from the beginning when I started bowling and look at me now. I've read every book, every class, and I spend my time. This is all I do is bowling. My wife hates it, and that's a fact. But I spend most of my time bowling. When I'm not bowling, I'm reading. When I'm not reading, I'm going through information because this is my love. This is what I want to do. This is the legacy that I'm creating. So before I was here today, I was actually coaching the middle school program, and it's a lot of fun, man. I give it credit for that, and watching them succeed is priceless. And then high school, and then so forth, so on. And one day, and people think like I have a problem when Sean beats me. Man, that makes me proud when he beats me because that's our journey. Our journey is that. Remember, I'm 50. He's 20. He should be catching me and Xing me out, but I ain't finished yet though. I'm just getting started too. Okay, so Red says, how do you aim at your target? How do I aim at my target? Oh, what'd you say? No, but Larry, what you're saying is 150% accurate. It is that you're being accurate. But again, in every sport, in every walk of life, there's coaches who don't even play the sport. Again, Bill Belichick, prime example. Don't play football, but there's probably not a better mind. Bill Parcells, well, he wasn't bad at football, but you get what I'm saying. Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was in the NBA. Was he the best? No, but you know, he said my son caught me. Okay, he caught me at 16, 17. And that's that man. Look, the day that Sean take me on a sports shot and dominate me, I'll be the proudest dude in the world. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come on and tell everybody because I'm gonna be proud because I know that's the day that he arrives. That's the day that we'll sign him up for the PBA regionals and he can make some noise. That'll be that day. But he's gonna have to earn it. See, on a house shot, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. When I get to the bowling alley recently, I'm tired. Getting up really early in the morning by 6, 7 o'clock, man, I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie to nobody, but that is what it is. So I got to figure out a way around it. My body's got to get acclimated to being on days after being 15 years, 13 years on nights. So how do I aim at my target? It depends on, okay, so Red, give me an example. Where am I standing on the approach? If I'm right of 20, I'm pretty much straight. My forearm is always at my target. Now I'm gonna ask you, a question, Red, and make sure you answer it. Can the ball go where your forearm does not? Can you roll the ball where your forearm does not? Answer that question for me, Red. Can the ball go where your forearm isn't? Yes or no? Can the ball go where your forearm does not go? Okay, so that's your number one aiming tool. So check this out. I'll get to you in 1 second, Larry. Okay, so Red, the key is this. So the first part is your forearm. Second part is this. Here's the second part. You ready? There's a little math in this. If I'm going to throw the ball 15, where's my break point? Because here's the reality. 15 at the arrows really doesn't mean anything to me. 15, 16, I can go 14, 15, 16. The most important thing for me is my break point down lane, because that's where the ball is coming off the oil to the dry. So where's my break point? Because I'm going to show you something simple. I'm going to help you because targeting is one thing, but to be great at it, your alignment needs to be good too. So I'm going to show you some simple math. So where's my break point? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What are you thinking? 8. Okay. So I'm going 15 to 8. All right. 15 to 8. So if I'm throwing at 15, there's a 7-board rule. That's from my shoulder. So let me move this. So show you this. So my shoulder width, the ball is going to be 7 inches from my foot. That's 7 boards. That's 7-board rule. So it's 7 boards. Okay. So that makes us at 22 to throw 15, to throw straight over 15. So since I want to play it on an angle, right? What I'm going to do is a little more math. So what's the difference between 15 and 8? 7, right? So half of 7 is 3.5. So that means from 22, I'm going to move 3.5 boards to my left, which will take me to 25.5. So I'm going to go 25.5, target at the arrows 15, break point 8. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to position my feet. So my left foot, which is my slide foot, that's the foot I line up with at 25.5. And I'm going to tilt my foot just a bit towards the B15. And then I'm going to take my forearm, and I'm not going to move the ball out. I'm moving my body. I'm positioning my body to where my forearm is lined up at 8 down lane. That's my break point. And then I'm just going to walk into it and release it right at my break point. And that's where your accuracy is at. But I'm not going to lie. I don't make my break point 8. If I'm trying to hit 8, I'm trying to hit 6, 7, 8. Or I'm trying to hit 7, 8, 9. I got a little bit of miss room with my rev rate. So, but does that answer your question, Red? Now, I also use 3-step targeting. So if I'm hitting the 8, if you don't have lane markers, what you can do is you can use the pins down lane as your first target. How can you do that? So if you're looking at 8 board, you're looking at the 6 pin. And if you're looking at 8, you're looking pretty close to the center of the 6 pin. So look at the center of the 6 pin, draw a line back to the end of the break point, to the end of the line, because you know your house shot's 41, 42 feet, whatever. And then the 15, and there you go. Actually, I even have a card, a picture that I got from Kegel that they use. I can put it in the Discord if you guys want me to. I can, when we end this, I can go up and take a picture of it and put it in the Discord so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Anybody have any questions about alignment or what I just said? Because the alignment is the key. If you're aligned properly, hitting your mark is easy. But if you play 30 to 15, you're out of alignment. Yeah, I'll take a picture of it and put it into Discord as soon as we get off here. All right, so let's go up to Larry. That's the difference. Yeah, man, we want them to be better. We want our kids to be better in everything they do. I know personally, I want my son to be so much better than me. And I want Sean. I see Sean like a son. You know what I mean? He's young enough. And I push him. You guys see the league and hear the laughing and all that. But you guys don't get to see behind the curtain how hard I push him. And I push him because he's so much better than even than any of us seen. I mean, he's like a sponge. So I'm pushing him because I know he can. If he couldn't handle it, I wouldn't. And the best part about Sean is he's accountable to himself. So when he misses a single pin and he do push-ups, he does it on his own because he's accountable. But all my kids are the same way. They're accountable to themselves. That's what makes them so wonderful to coach. I don't know. I haven't bowled on a sports shot since nationals, and that was in July. The good news is we'll find out not tomorrow, but next Saturday. Next Saturday, I will be they're putting down the 2024 national pattern for me, so I can start getting ready for national 2025. But if I had to guess, sport shot's easier for me than a house shot. With the rev rate, I mean it's the volume is different. So I'd probably say 210-ish. Yeah, about there. Tom, about 210-ish, 215-ish on a sport. Sport is easier than our house shot. Our house shot is just flooded in the middle. Yeah, national pattern ain't complicated. I prefer medium patterns over long patterns. But I mean, I'm really good on shark, scorpion, the animal patterns. I'm really good on them. The only thing I don't do well on is patterns that are low volume. I don't do well on them. Well, not well yet. I just got to get better with the urethane. I'm not really a urethane guy. So when you're bowling on a sports shot on some of those low volume patterns, urethane is the easy way to go. I haven't found a urethane that I like yet. I did love the pitch black. So once they killed that one, it was a matter of finding something that I like. I just haven't found something yet. So, but no, I mean, when we get on the sports shots, we do all of them. So it'll be cheetah this week. It'll be shark. I will do dual patterns. I don't have a problem. I love sports shots. And the thing about it too is when you're doing PBA regionals, they tell you what the shot is. So you have time to prepare for it. So you put it down, prepare. The only thing that you can't prepare for is topography. So, but they give you a topography sheet so you can get an understanding of what you're seeing. And then you get an opportunity to throw some practice shots and you can figure it out, the math. So, but me personally, I prefer a sports shot over a house shot, but it is what it is. But the reality is this: for me, I don't bowl very well when I'm tired. Some people bowl out their brains when they're tired. Me, not so much, unfortunately. but I got to figure out a way to fix it and maybe drink an energy drink so keep me up. Oh no, man! I listen, man. I love Tashawn beat me, and I love picking with him about it, and I love letting him know like, hey, I'm coming, and then see what he does. I mean, I like him to throw better shots he did last week, but that's what I'm talking about, Tom. Good job. You should come. You going to nationals? You should come with us. Tell your team or come we go if you're going already. And man, look, I put together. Believe this, Tom. I'm gonna tell you a secret, right? In all of the area that I'm in, there is no sports shot leagues. The only sports shot league that there was this summer, I created. That's okay, Tom. That's all right. But you hear me? There's the only nationals, the only sports shot league there was this past year was the one I created this summer. And I'll be creating it again. It'll be all animal patterns, scratch league, animal patterns. It is rough. It's rough when there's no competitiveness. But what I can do though is the alley will put down whatever I need them to whenever I ask them to. They're wonderful, wonderful. And we tend to get out some heavy hitters and we'll bowl on it. But remember, when you're getting ready for a PBA event, you're only going to see 4, tops 5 on a lane. So that's the kicker. When you practice, you got to practice right. The difference is when you're practicing for a PBA event, you got to make sure you're practicing correctly. So what I mean by correctly is we want to make sure that we're putting people on the pair with high rev rates. Like me, I'm above 450. Tashawn above 450. Drew above 450. So we need to put, because if you're practicing with people that unfortunately have rev rates are in the 200s, it doesn't benefit you because when you get to a PBA event, everybody's going to be where you are. You are? Hold on, guys. My son. Love you. I'll see you when you get back. Did you take close for Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was gonna come back at 7.
Okay. That's my son. 13 years old, man. He's outgrowing me. So that's the thing. You want to practice right and get everything right. And when I get to Sean at a PBA regional, I want him to succeed. I don't want him to fail or lose confidence. So I want to make sure that all the preparation we're doing is good. Is good. I just got to teach him to be more right because he likes to watch a hook so much that his game is all predicated on being way left. Well, there's some shots you just can't do. There's only one in Tom's area. Challenge patterns, Mr. Harris, challenge patterns aren't bad, but they're not full-blown sports shots. All right, Tom, we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in, man. So, you guys have any questions for me? I mean, remember tomorrow at 6, we're going to be doing the show. So tomorrow at 6, we will be live, and we'll be going over. A's got a guy he wants to look at, and we got a couple other topics to go over. And we're going to be also making sure that, and I'll be posting everything for the movie trivia while we're live, so that way it's in a community tab, everybody can see it. Yeah, we got to make sure we do it. But Red, do you have any other questions? Because I seen that you had said that you are at 27. Yesterday you used 27 and 15. You were still out of alignment, but it was close. How did it work for you, Red, when you were throwing 27 and 15? And what was your break point, by the way? Because you're at 27 and 15, but what was your break point? Nothing red. Man, you guys are quiet. All right, so I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time since you guys are so quiet. If anybody want to tune in and talk, they can and tell me what they're working on and how it's working for them. And if not, then I will jump off and we will be live tomorrow at 6. Coach A will be here tomorrow. We will get the grind going. And remember, we got movie trivia. Yeah, that's going to be some fun business. The winner get a new ball. Double elimination. That should be fun. But, man, you guys are so silent. You gonna try the beer tomorrow? Well, I mean, it should be a lengthy show. It should be about an hour and some change because it's gonna take some time to go over the guy that it wants to watch bowls. So, but look, we good though. Tomorrow at 6. Thank everybody who popped in today. I hope I gave some good information for you guys, and we will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And that will be it for today. Thanks again for tuning in. And the Breakpoint will see you guys tomorrow for a live show. Don't miss it.